Xiao Zhu Jichang is a native of Lindsay County and lives in a mill house in the eastern part of the city. He's got no credit for the book. I went to the government and became a petty official. Once, I went by accident to visit my relatives and passed by the graves of Yu's family. In the evening, Mr. Zhu returned home drunk and still passed the cemetery. He saw a block of lofts and tiles on the side of the road. It was so bustling that an old man was sitting at the door. Zhu Jichang drank a lot of wine and was thirsty. If he wanted water, he saluted the old man and asked for some rice soup. The old man stood up, invited him in, and brought him water from the cottage. "It's too late," the old man said after Mr. Zhu's drink. "It's too late to walk. Stay overnight. We'll leave tomorrow morning." "How about that?" Tired and sleepy, Mr. Zhu readily agreed. The old man asked his family to prepare a drink for the guests, and then said to Zhu Jichang, "If I have a word from my husband, please don't blame me for being reckless. You're clean, you're a man of honor, and we can form an in-laws. I have a young daughter who is unmarried and wants to be your concubine, hoping to be your match." Zhu Jichang is respectful and restless. "I don't know what to say." The old man sent someone to tell his relatives and his family, and then whispered that his daughter should be dressed up. After a while, 4 or 5 guys with big crowns and broadband arrived first. "The girl is beautiful. She's beautiful. She's unmatched." So everyone joined in for drinks. Zhu Jichang was in a state of confusion and just wanted to go to bed. After a few drinks, he was adamant he wouldn't drink again. The old man let the young woman lead the Zhu Jichang couple into the cave to enjoy their new marriage. Mr. Zhu asked the girl's family name. The girl said, "Last name is Xiao, 7th. I may be from a lowly background, but marrying you as a petty official is not an insult to you. Why are you asking me questions?" Mr. Zhu doted on her beauty and tried his best to be nice and warm, never doubting. "This place can't call home. I know your big sister is kind and might not stand in the way," she says. "You come home and clean a house. I'll go myself." Mr. Zhu immediately hugged the girl and fell asleep. "When I woke up, my arms were empty. The sky was also bright. The pine trees obscured the sun and the padded grain was a foot thick." Mr. Zhu returned home in horror and told his wife. His wife teases him, cleans a house, sets a bed in it, closes the door and says, "The bride is here tonight." Both laughed. By evening, his wife teased Mr. Zhu as he opened the door, saying, "Is the bride already in the house?" Once inside, I saw a beautiful woman sitting on her bed in a fancy dress. She saw Mr. and Mrs. Zhu come in, and she got up in a hurry to greet them. The couple were amazed, but the beautiful woman grinned with her mouth closed and respectfully saluted. Mr. Zhu's wife cured the wine. "Let them drink. My 7th oldest sister gets up early every day to do housework without being assigned." One day, the 7th oldest sister said to Zhu Jichang, "My sisters want to come to our house and take a look." Mr. Zhu worried that there was no good to be had in a hurry. The 7th sister said, "They all know our family is not rich. They'll bring some dishes and cooking utensils first. They'll just ask my sister to do it." Mr. Zhu told his wife that his wife had agreed. After breakfast, someone picked out the flesh and put down their load and left. Zhu Qi became the chef. In the afternoon, 6 or 7 women, some in their 40s, sat around the table and drank together, chatting and laughing throughout the room. Mr. Zhu sneaked through the window only to see her husband and 7th sister sitting opposite each other, while the other guests could not see. They stayed up late to leave happily. When Miss Zhu came in to look at the table and the glass plate was bare, she laughed. "These girls must be starving, like a dog licking." In a few moments, Sister Qi sent back her guests, and Yin diligently asked Zhu's wife to take a cup plate to wash, and urged Zhu's wife to go to sleep. "It's too funny for guests to come to our house and bring their own wine," Zhu said. "We should do it again tomorrow." A few days later, Zhu asked his 7th sister to invite another guest, as his wife told him. When the guests arrived, they ate and drank, leaving only for bowls of vegetables untouched. When Zhu asked why, they laughed and said, "Madam thinks we are so unpromising, so leave it to her to eat." There was a woman in the room, about 18 or 19 years old, who was called sixth sister by the seventh sister, white shoes and white clothes, and said she had just lost her husband, but she was very bright and funny. As she and Mr. Zhu grew closer, she flirted with each other with witty words. When he ordered to drink, Zhu Jichang was the master, and jokes were forbidden. The sixth sister violated the law several times, drinking dozens of cups in succession, blushing and getting drunk, her delicate body powerless, weak and difficult to support. Before long, she was gone. Mr. Zhu went to see her with a candle, only to see that she was asleep in the tent. Zhu Jichang kissed her before she got close, and she didn't think so. Zhu reached into her underwear and touched, shaking. When Zhu Lang was yelling from the booth, Liu Ji's clothes were arranged in a hurry. She saw iron in her sleeve and sneaked it out of the account. In the middle of the night, the guests left their seats and the sixth sister was still awake. When the seventh sister went in and shook her, she yawned, tied her dress, combed her hair and followed everyone back. Zhu Jichang was obsessed with the idea that no one would show her stolen scarves, but she could not find them by now. He suspected he had left it on the road, and looked carefully at the steps with a light, but was uneasy to miss. Sister asked him, and he said yes. Sister Chi said, "Don't lie to me, I've already taken the hand towel, I'm wasting my mind." Surprised, Zhu Jichang told her truthfully, and said he missed her sixth sister. My seventh oldest sister said, "She's not sleeping with you. It's just that." Mr. Zhu asked why. Sister Chi said, "Her predecessor was a prostitute, and you are a book reader. You loved her very much when you met her, but were blocked by your parents. And your wishes were not fulfilled, so you fell seriously ill and your life was in danger. You have someone tell her, I'm untreatable. And if you could come, even let me touch your body, I'd die. She is moved by your passion and accepts your request." As it happens, she was caught up in the chores and didn't immediately go. The next day, you were dead. It's her past life. It's your only touch. Beyond that, you're not going to get it. We'll have drinks for the girls later. Only the six sisters won't come. Zhu Jichang suspected the seventh sister of jealousy and complained bitterly. One day, the seventh oldest sister told Zhu Jichang, "You blame me for the sixth oldest sister. She really wouldn't come. What's my business? Now we're 8 years in love and we're breaking up. Let me try to plan for you to get rid of your old confusion. If she won't come, can she stop us from going? We'll come and find her. And maybe we'll have more men than we can handle. And we don't know." Zhu Jichang was very happy to go with her. The seventh sister grabbed Zhu's hand and drifted away to her house soon after. I saw the yellow brick hall, and the doors were twisting, just like the first time I saw it. My father-in-law and his mother-in-law greeted each other and said, "My daughter took care of you for years. We're lazy and old. We rarely visit. You don't blame us, do you? We'll have a drink and a dinner." The seventh sister asked her about the sisters. Her mother replied, "They all went home alone. Only the sixth sister is still here." She called out for the sixth sister to come out for a visit. The seventh sister went in and pulled her out. 16 sisters keep their heads down and don't laugh like they used to. In a moment, the parents said goodbye and walked away. The seventh sister said to the sixth sister, "My sister has high ego and makes people resent me." Sister Liu smiled softly and said, "A person of slight thickness is not fit to be close to him." The seventh sister held up their glasses and forced them to swap drinks, saying, "They've already kissed. Why behave?" In a few moments, the seventh oldest sister also left, and there were only 2 people left in the house. Zhu Jichang suddenly got up to force her, and the sixth oldest sister dodged the resistance in a circle. As Mr. Zhu took her clothes and kneeled on the floor, begging, the 6 sisters' faces calmed down, and the 2 men entered the room holding hands. I just unbuckled my clothes, and I heard a shouting outside, and the fire lit up the door. Shocked by the sixth sister, Zhu Jichang was rushed to say, "What if the disaster is imminent?" Zhu Jichang was in a hurry to do something about it, and the sixth sister had fled and disappeared. Mr. Zhu sat wistfully for a while, and the house was gone. A dozen hunters arrived with knives and a hawk, asking, Who are you? Why are you sitting here in the middle of the night? Mr. Zhu, who asked to be identified by his name, lost his way. A hunter said, "We ran after a fox here. Did you see that?" Mr. Zhu replied, "No." After identifying the place carefully, it turned out that it was Yu's family grave, so I went home very unhappy. After that, he was eager for his 7th oldest sister to return, hoping for a magpie in the morning and a lamp in the evening, but eventually, there was no news. The story is told by Dong Yuxian.
Alright, this story has come to an end. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you.